I am here. I'm just having a slurp of tea. Hard work, this Lego building. I need a break after doing 2 pieces. Right. So I've done that bit. And I now need some of them. So they're all the petals and the leaves. I need one of them. I need one of them and one of them. And that goes on there. Like that. And I need another one of them. So I think I'm doing 4 of those. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 4 of them. And then we put 2 of those on there. Like so. So that's that one. And that's that one. So I've got 2 boxes of these for Valentine's Day. So I've got 4 roses. And then I need to do another 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm missing a piece. I think I am missing a piece. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Panic over. Panic over. There we go. 1, 2, 3. What silliness am I engaged in? I got 2 boxes of Valentine's roses off hubby. So I'm building them. And because I'm that heavy-handed, every time I put a piece together, it falls apart. Are you awake enough to come up? Here we go. Aren't they pretty? What? Yeah, that sounds right that I'm doing Lego, or yeah, that sounds right. You're awake enough to come up. So I need a black square There we go. Oh. Yes, I was right. That one goes in that way. Hello, Fanta. You're fighting off one hell of a spiral. Well, if it'll help you in your spiral, I'm more than happy to help you with your spiral. We'll just keep changing the subject. How's that? So I now need four of them. Don't know if it'll help or not, but I'm only almost always all out. Tut tut tut. I can't let you up, Fanta, because you're supposed to be in bed, young lady. Where am I? Bear with me, people. I'm doing two things at once. I'm a grown-ass woman, but you know, yes, I know. I was only kidding. So I think I've sent them to the right places. I don't know. So I need four of those for that one and four of those for that one. So I'm doing that bit. No, I'm not doing that bit. So I need a green. I need a green thing and a little red thing. Hello, Dan. So I've got to put in a little green square in there. Does that go in there? Can they make the gap any smaller? Oh, hey. I think I should have put that on before I put the black square in. You know when you know you've messed something up? Probably looking after her children, Dan. So if that's all you're here for, dear, you're going to be sadly disappointed, aren't you? She's also almost married with 2 children. And a little red thing in the middle. Oh, okay. Shall we go with common law married? That doesn't fit, Lego. Okie dokie, Fanta. That does not fit, Lego. Lego, you're having me on. Right, that goes on there. Then that goes on there. It does not fit. That goes there. And that goes there. Lego, I'm telling you off. It doesn't fit. Hello, Lack. How are you? No, I'm not telling you off, Lego. I had them in the wrong way around. Right, we'll try this again, shall we? You have to put them in offset. That's when they don't fit. If you put them in straight. And congratulations again. I'm all right, Lack. I'm getting there. We're all getting there. It's one of those, God knows what I'll do when I'll get there, but I'm getting there.
Hey, how are you?
Sounding better than you, dear.
Yeah, well. We'll just do our best to tamp that down, shall we?
Yeah, we'll just like not ignore it, but acknowledge it's there and move on.
Yeah. Let's for my sake, let's try to avoid any German accents.
Okay, we shall.
Okay.
Well, do you want me to put away the Lego? Oh no, that's Swedish, isn't it?
I don't make any connection to Lego. Lego's just like
Well, it's not as easy as it looks,
I would imagine.
They're having me on. I need a little flowery bit. It's either that or I'm blind and I'm not seeing them the way they should be.
¿Por qué no los dos?
What?
uh, why not both?
Lack's gonna run to breakfast. I'll have a bacon butty, please, Lack. Thanks.
Yeah, enjoy that shit. I was just about to say, all of a sudden you have a whole bunch more fucking viewers. It was just me when I came in here.
Lack loves and appreciates me. He's not almost willing to.
Well, even I have limits on how far my ability to impose decorum upon myself goes. When I'm absolutely not presentable at all, that's when the almost kicks in.
I'm just not presentable, young lady. I'm just not presentable.
Yeah. There are some things I'm not willing to do in front of people, and have a breakdown is one of them.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. Don't mind me.
Fairies gets all blamed for an awful lot of things,
Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just an old fool.
So I've got to do a few of them. Which are the petals, and they fit round the rings, so the petals open.
Yeah. Oh, hinged even.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I'm live because I can't find me stand for my phone, so I can't record it.
Oh, that's fair.
But then I thought, well, do you know what? Even if nobody turns up, at least I'm doing something on the screen.
Well, it could be worse. I semi-intentionally slept through pretty much all of yesterday, so there was no sleeping last night because I'd done that all day.
At least you got some sleep, though.
Oh yeah.
Hello, just call me Hen.
Hey, yeah. Although on the plus side, like if this had been recorded, I probably wouldn't have watched it.
There is that. You'd have gone, oh God, she's done another one again.
It's something else that the topic doesn't interest me. As opposed to, you being just like there live, which, is almost always interesting.
Almost. God, you know what? You're slipping today, you are, mate.
Well, if there's one thing I do hate, it's absolutes. I always try to include a contingency in all my nearly absolute statements.
No. I am always interested to someone. Brace yourself, dog's coming in.
Yeah, fair enough. Wait, you mean Rex, right?
Yeah, he's just been out for a walk, and he usually comes hurtling in to tell me all about it and jump all over me with soggy wet feet and everything.
Yeah, that's cool. I was just allowing that possibility that was your way of saying that there was a boop in the background. Dog's coming in. Oh, well, you said it. It's your channel. Huh?
Go and get your feet dried.
At least he's calm about it this time.
It was very calm.
Mm,
Right, so I need to
nothing
put
interesting happened today out there. He didn't have anything to report.
nothing to report.
Mm.
No squirrels, no other dogs. So 1,
Hmm.
2, 3. I'm gonna have words with Lego, you know. 3.
Yeah.
Four.
Hey, Vader's girl.
Hello, Vader's girl. Cat, isn't it?
I don't know. I've never seen that name before.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Cat. This is why I use everybody's screen name.
I usually use everybody's screen name because I'm shit with names and I forget half the people I know, much less people I've just met. Or at least their names.
It's Cat. Yes.
Hello, cat.
Cat does. You do Lego, don't you? Cat does Legos and puzzles.
Ah.
That does not looking right. That is not looking like that.
Oh, I don't know. They're not both on the screen at the same time. Let's see here. You appear to be missing a piece. Maybe not.
So I've got to put another tier of those petals there on that bottom ring.
That might be the difference. If you close if you close what are right now the outer petals, and there's another ring of them that were semi-open, then it might look like the picture.
Okay, so
Although, yeah, like, can you close them or do they overlap too much?
no, this is what I'm saying. This is what my problem is.
They overlap too much. They won't close.
They're not closing. See, if I put
That's
those two in, those two don't close.
that's fucky. Wait. Did you perhaps put two of the bottom tier petals on this tier? Are
They're
are
all,
are,
they're
are
all the
two of
same
those
size.
outer tier? Because check and make sure they're all the same width. Because if there are some that are slightly wider and or not as wide,
No, they're all the same width.
what the shit? Hey, Mark. What?
No, I'll be alright. Thank you. Hello, Elizabeth. Me. Hello, Blue.
Oh, hey, Elizabeth, me. I was too busy eyeballing the fucking petals to see Elizabeth coming.
Right, I've done that bit.
Why wouldn't that allow it to close? That's weird.
Because I'm a noodle. I've put them on the outside, and they're supposed to go
Aha!
on the
Aha!
inside.
I didn't know that that was two pieces. I thought it was a single formed piece. Okay, I see. I see indeed.
Hello, TJ and Prendy.
I'm sure he's there somewhere.
No, he's just popped out to the shop.
Oh, there you go.
Je suis un noodle.
What about a noodle?
A noodle. Je suis un noodle.
Just sweet?
Yeah, I am a noodle. I don't know how to say noodle in French.
I don't know. I have almost no French. I don't even retain that one phrase in Lady Marmalade in its entirety.
I don't think I've ever watched or read Lady Marmalade.
The song.
No. Or the song.
Uh,
My memory is even worse than yours, mate.
Voulez-vous something avec moi? Avec moi. If I recall, it basically translates to something about like sitting on the couch with you or some shit like that, or with me, or I don't fucking know. I was never all that fond. I was never all that fond of the song, and I never found French a very appealing language.
Here we go. Look at that. We did it.
Better. Much
Almost.
nice. Almost there.
So, need one of them.
Yeah.
To go in there.
I've been wondering what that pile of green stemmy looking things on your right is, because when I first jumped in, I assumed they were the rose stem, but like that doesn't appear to be stemmy. This doesn't
It's
appear to
stemmy.
be a is it? Because it looks like a stem, but when you were initially putting the rose head together, I presumed that round green steering wheel looking piece was a planter of some sort, and it wouldn't have a stem. So I don't know where the fuck we're going with this.
No,
Wow.
Lack went to get his breakfast.
Wait.
Did
Locke get married live on YouTube?
he did. Awesome.
That's weird.
Why is it weird?
Really?
Really?
You're trolling me. Why is it
Everything
weird?
happens on YouTube, although.
Look, that is weird. And consider who's saying that. I'm from the internet. I was here when it took the better part of 3 days to download a low resolution photograph.
Yeah, I was here for dial-up too.
Yeah. Odds are it took a lot longer than that, because you're going to have to start it over again more than once.
No, it wasn't Anthony and Fanta wedding. It was an actual wedding. in a hotel room officiated by someone.
That's a hell of a thing. Hey, good on him. He's got somebody. Fuck it. Do what you want.
I don't know how long he's known that somebody, but you know what?
Ain't none of us getting younger. Do what you want.
Exactly.
Even if it goes to shit, you'll have a good time for a little while.
Why am I so heavy-handed?
Because you're large.
Well, that'd be it, but you didn't have to point it out as blatantly as that. Be delicate with me. Right, there you go. One rose.
One rose.
Right, I'll put one of those. I'll put one of those in there. I've done that.
Batting above his weight, rare. Yeah, I know how that goes.
Done that. So we now need 4. Ha ha ha. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them.
Four leaves.
And they clip on there. Jesus Christ, dog. There's a whole living room. There's a whole couch over there. There's a whole bed over there. There's a whole second bed over there. But you want to sit on me.
Yes. Them's the rules.
Them's aren't not the rules.
Them's are the rules of dogs.
Not in this house, it's not. He's just buggered up onto his own bed.
I don't think that's right. There you go.
It wasn't right. There you go. Smart ass. At least I can't get married to my girlfriend.
That sounds like bait, but I'll ask why.
Because Slave Leah is not real, that's why.
Well, that would be a stretch to refer to as his girlfriend. Unless he had a girlfriend who was dressed up like Slave Leia, in which case, why the fuck are you talking to us?
He does like a bit of Slave Leah.
You should be in a bed somewhere.
Oh, do you like a bit of Slave Leah as well, do you?
I mean, it's not a thing. It's aight. I wouldn't mind. It depends on who was dressed up that way, really.
I'm sitting there doing these pieces, and you know when you need to see something and you pull it closer to yourself?
Yeah.
But
Well,
closer
it depends. It depends. Are you having my hands are obscuring, or the closer it gets, the more I can't see? Any of these options I can understand. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure which one you were specifically referring to.
I can't see it, so I'm bringing it closer to my face, but then it goes off screen. Good night.
Oh,
Take care.
Night, Elizabeth. And the only reason I was able to avoid a Sanford and Son joke is because I'm surrounded by Brits.
Hen says, maybe you should have gone to your craft room to do your Lego, TJ. No, because I said that at the beginning. I've lost my stand to my phone, so I'm having to live stream. And that ain't carting all this stuff up there.
It works out better as a live stream anyway.
Yeah. So I've put that in. And now I need one of them. Put those over there. Don't need them at the moment.
Ken's going for a nap too. Have a good nap.
Have a good nap. Have a really good nap.
Yeah.
Have a whiskey nap. Don't bite.
That might actually be safe now.
So that's going to go in there. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. And that's going to go there.
Is that a thorn?
I think it is.
Then aren't you going to need two?
Smart ass. Go off, people, you know. Well,
I'm just looking to see if there's another one in the pile, because you had one with the rose you're making. That's two for the other rose. That means you need one more thorn, if there are two per rose.
you are correct in your thinking.
And I'm not seeing another one in that pile.
No.
Thanks, Lego. You fucked it up. Quality control, people. God damn it.
Right, so one rose only has one thorn. Because I've got two of those green bits as well. Because that's what the thorn goes into.
Well, I suppose in all fairness, the song does say every rose has its thorn, not every rose has its thorns.
Good point. Well made.
Mm-hmm. You can't argue with Brett Michael.
Every rose has its thorn.
Oh, that was stupid of me. I hadn't thought that through.
Did you not? Did you
No.
forget who you were talking to, dear?
I don't even think it was that. I hadn't even thought about what kind of song that was that I was quoting.
Okay, that goes like that. And then we put...
Is it a curved stem or does it actually bendy?
It's just a curve.
Huh. Okay.
And here we go. We have a thorn.
Yeah. One thorn for the Gimpy Rose.
And then we need one of them to go in there. This is where the whole thing falls to pieces because I'm cack-handed. Go. So far, so good.
You might want to move that thorn up to the next highest hole, just because it's so close to the base. There you go. Of course, I have no idea just how much more there is to this particular rose.
Probably just...
There's a whole bunch of pieces left over on your right there. So
And there's no more bendy bits either. So the other rows must be straight.
I presumed they'd be identical. How queer.
How very.
Oh no, wait, no, that's what the picture shows, though. I was gonna say maybe you're only supposed to use one of the bendy pieces, but the bendy pieces are the parts with the holes for the thorns, and the picture clearly shows two of those pieces.
Because I messed up again.
Oh, well, there you go. Question mark. It's clearly their fault. They're not properly labeling these pieces in the quote instructions unquote.
So that one has a straight stem,
Yeah,
and that one has a bendy stem.
and it looks like
With thorns.
yeah. So again, these are not going to end up as identical roses. That's just fucking weird.
Isn't it?
Why would you do that?
To mess with my head.
They're fucking with my sense of oh god, I'm blanking on the word. Symmetry. They're fucking with my sense of symmetry here.
Imagine what they're doing to mine. Right, okay. And then we put a straight one on there. No. Nope, that's definitely two bendy bits on that one.
Yeah, it looks like they're the ones with the holes. Mm.
See, this is what happens when you assume things. You assume Lego's going to do all things, all kinds of symmetry, and give you two roses the same.
Right. Never trust the Dutch.
And then they go and mess it up.
Never trust the Dutch. And their fucking Lego.
Oh, no, that's a grey piece. Ah, nearly did it. Wasn't looking. It's a grey piece.
Also, these are not good instructions.
Danish, Dutch, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I said. Well, I said Dutch, but that is also Danish. So there you go.
I'm going to jump the gun a bit here and say this is what goes on here. But I'm kind of having second thoughts because it's swiveling around while I'm doing it, so I don't think it is right. You never know. It might be.
Hmm. Of course, that leaves no leaves for the other rows. So this also makes no fucking sense.
Because you only get two.
2 and 2. There you go. I was gonna say that when you put the third one on, but I figured, we got one bent rose and one straight rose. Who fucking knows what's coming?
And I've got them on the wrong way round.
Oh yeah. It does stand to reason that that they would be that way, so they look more like leaves and not the underside of the Lego.
Yeah. See, we'll get there. We get there in the end.
Yeah.
Kind of, maybe.
Kind of, sort of. From a certain point of view.
So there's one rose,
One rose.
and we'll just try and remember what we did for the next one.
Yeah, that's our story.
Yeah, we've got the red bit in there, and then we put a green bit on there, and then a black bit.
Don't get too far down the stem. You haven't put the petals on yet. You never know how it's gonna fuck with you.
Well, that's got two bendy bits, so that technically should have two straight bits.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my reasoning.
But the more stem you put on before the rose petals, the more your leverage is gonna change on the place where you snap the petals on.
And I haven't got.
Which is a pedantic point to make, but you know, it's me.
I'm getting miffed.
Miffed.
Miffed. It's doing me head in there.
Yeah.
Right. And then we put that on there. No, we don't. We put that on there.
Oh, it's all falling to pieces.
That's all. It's all gone to shit. What? And then I need the black bit. Do I need a black bit or a? Yes, I need a black bit. Methinks they gave me spares.
Maybe.
So one thorn, one rose.
How very.
There we go. We think.
I still think that's going to be a problem for you.
Why?
Having put that much of the stem on the second rose before you put the petals on the rose. I think the stem is going to fall apart while you're trying to attach them.
And you know, just for that, I'm going to attempt to prove you wrong.
As well, you should. Expect nothing less.
You back?
Hmm?
He's back. You know, his own bed is really uncomfortable. He wants to sit right on top of me.
Yes, yes. These are just the innate rules of dogs.
Okay, that's working well, she says.
If his bed was all that, you'd be in it.
Quite true, actually. This is what happens when you rush things. You should read the instructions correctly 3 or 4 times before you attempt to do
On the plus
anything.
side, you remembered to reposition those before you tried to put them on.
True, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And this late in the day, that's really good for me.
I would have suggested it ahead of time before you had done it, but I wasn't aware that you had already attached those pieces.
Wet Blue says, thank God you didn't buy the bunch. Hubby bought me 2 boxes of these, so I've got another 2 roses to put together.
Hey, maybe that'll have an extra thorn. We have a runner.
Oh, what?
Piece that fell down. We have a runner.
We have a runner. Clean up an aisle. There's so not enough room on this couch for me and you, dog. Ah. There we go. Nope, that's wrong. It's that way. Two roses.
2
2
roses.
leaves. I don't understand why the leaves are spinning.
In case it's a hot day. Fan yourself off.
I think that thorn is extra.
I think they fucked up because the picture clearly showed putting 2 of them in there.
And I've missed out on that little red bit. I don't know where I've missed that out from.
The core?
No, because they have them.
Okay, so we have an extra core bit and a missing thorn. This is all just fucky. This is shoddy fucking quality control.
That bit goes right in the middle, and I've got that.
Yeah, you got an extra one of those.
Well, I think that one can have an extra thorn.
I suppose you could be just cheeky and throw the extra red bit where the other thorn would go on the other rose.
Oh, yeah, like a little bud thing kind of peeping out.
There you go.
Wouldn't probably. There you go.
Ridiculousness.
Well, when I open the other box, which I won't be doing live on stream, I can see what other bits are in there and what other bits aren't in there.
Yeah.
So there we go. 2 fabulous roses. Look at that. Awesome.
Isn't it lovely?
Isn't it lovely? Dee, 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 dee.
Indeed.
Indeedy. And it only took me an hour.
Yeah.
Just less than an hour.
Which is really weird because I don't think you were live long before I got up here. Only seems like a few minutes since I did.
Well, we could go back and have a look, but you know.
Feel like I just got here.
See, time flies when you're having fun. Look at that.
Tempus fugit.
You're using posh words again.
It's one of those things that will never fall out of my brain. My favorite high school English class, the teacher, being a cheeky bastard, had removed the classroom clock and put a sign in its place that said Tempus fugit. And being who I am, I was, of course, the only one who didn't have to ask him what that meant. Not because I knew enough Latin to know what it meant, but because I was good enough at etymology to figure it the fuck out.
And there's me, who doesn't know what it means. So, do you want to enlighten me?
Oh, Tempus fugit. Time flies.
Ah.
That's why he replaced the clock with the sign.
Yeah, but I bet you when the kids found out that that's what it meant, they didn't think it was when time flies when you're having fun.
No, I think I was the only one who found it amusing. He's a cool guy, though. I used to stop by his classroom before school and play Stratego with him.
I've been live 56 minutes according to him. I thought you were going to go and have a kip, dear.
58 minutes, 50 seconds. That's what StreamYard says. StreamYard. Yeah. Right.
Yep, we've got to go by StreamYard because
It's the one that keeps track.
So yesterday, I done a course. I was on a training course in the morning.
Yeah.
And the training course is down by the river in the city centre, where all the tourists go.
Training course for work?
Yeah.
That's odd.
Why?
That a training course for as much of what I know about what you do would occur at down by the river.
Right. My company's main headquarters is down by the river.
Oh, there you go. There was me just picturing you being outside down by the river, not in a building.
You really should start watching some of my videos, Volvo. Just
Like some kind of fucking field trip for school or some stupid shit.
Well, you say that because there was one. Because I had to run down during the break and change the time on my clock
Oh,
where I was parked. So, and coming back, there must. I'm going to say 100 kids because that's what it looked like.
yeah.
Always backpacks with keychains. Well, the girls all had keychains with teddy bears and whatnot hanging off the backpacks, and I was like,
Is that the
"Oh,
thing these
yeah.
days with the kids?
Well, it must be." And there was two teachers, one at the beginning of all these kids and one at the end going, "Come on, keep up, hurry up."
Hmm.
Hen says, "The river is in the middle of the city. It's a bloody big river."
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, no, the city is on the edge of the river. Birkenhead is not part of Liverpool,
Mm.
which is what is on the opposite side of the river. I'm trying to think of something that I know of in America that's similar.
Oh, I don't know.
So it's a shipping port.
Yeah.
So from the river is the start of the city, and then it's you go back onto land. If you get me.
Uh, I might get you. Toledo has a river going right down the, well, not quite the middle of it, but like about 3/4 of the way toward the middle of it.
No.
We have a, well, I don't quite live in, the town I'm from has a river going through it with multiple bridges over it. And you have to go across the river to the other side to get to the other side of town.
Yeah. No. Our river is our
Mm.
city border.
Ah, so it's not quite bisecting the city or anything.
No, it's not.
It was just
So if
okay.
you say that's the river,
Yeah.
that's the river,
And your mouse is a city.
then that's the city.
Ah, here you go.
So that's the Irish Sea, and that's the
It,
river.
the
That's the
river empties
city.
into the Irish Sea.
That's the city of Liverpool,
E.
and
Hi,
this
Laura.
is Birkenhead, which is a completely different city, different
On the
town,
other on the other side of the river.
the other side. Hello, Laura.
Hello, Laura.
Is it in the city centre or not? That is classed as the city centre, even if it isn't the centre of the city. No, it's not in the city centre.
Laura, I just had to step away for a while.
Back onto my argument over the city. No, I'm
Yeah.
not arguing. I'm not arguing over where I live. I am not going to do semantics. I am not going to do semantics.
Semantics. That's semantics over schematics.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not the city centre. It's the port of Liverpool. It's not the city centre. Anyway. So, these school kids,
Yeah.
there's a museum. We've got a life museum, a museum of life.
Mm.
We've got 3 museums. In fact, no, we've got more. We've got a slavery museum. We've got a maritime museum. We've got a life museum. And we've got an ancient museum.
Mark, I'm gonna kick you in the fucking head. I have enough trouble not humming that anytime that word comes out.
Which, Ferry or Mersey?
Mersey. Fairy, you got like a 50-50 chance it might ping me.
It might be Ferry Cross the Mersey, or it might be Don't Pay the Ferryman.
I don't even know that one offhand.
Don't pay the ferryman. Don't even fix a price. Don't pay the ferryman until he gets you to the other side.
Who was?
Christopher.
Oh, Chris. No, I don't know that song at all. To be fair, Christopher has one song.
Lady in Red.
That's the one.
No, he has two. He has Patricia the stripper.
I don't know that one.
Oh, you have to listen to that one.
But then again, that wouldn't have been nearly as pertinent to me being let's see, what year was that? That was 1986. Oh, really? That early? Wow. So yeah.
1982? 1982
Hmm?
or 1986?
Lady in Red was apparently released on June 20th, 1986.
Or maybe it was released over here and then the year later it got over there.
Maybe? I'm not seeing a distinction from my quick and dirty YouTube Google search. I don't know.
I'm going out to dinner with a gorgeous singer to a little place I know down by the quay. Her name is Patricia. She calls herself Delicia, and the reason isn't very hard to see. That's how it starts off.
Uh,
For Patricia is
being
the best stripper in town, and with a swing of her hip, she started to strip to tremendous applause. She took off her drawers and with a lick of her lips she undid all her clips, let it all fall to the floor, and everyone. No, can't remember the rest.
sounds amusing, but no, wouldn't have been nearly as relevant as a young teenage boy in high school.
What? Not imagining a woman stripping?
Well, the Lady in Red was like a school dance song. You know?
Ah, I avoided them like the plague.
I never went to one in my life. I didn't even know when prom was when I was in school.
We didn't have proms when I was in school. That your Americanisms have been making over here bit by bit.
Yeah, I was completely unaware of any social school functions except the fact that like they existed. I had no idea when they happened. They came and went, and I was like, you were like, did you go to the thing? I'm like, there was a thing.
Really? There was a thing? Oh my god.
When did that happen?
Hen says, weird. I googled Liverpool city centre and the red mark on the map was next to Central Station. But the photo was of the Liver building, lol. Because there's no other famous building in Liverpool except the Liver building. Is my assumption on that.
Wherever. I suppose that stands to reason at least as much as anything else.
Well, Liverpool used to be a UNESCO heritage site or something until they decided to build some more skyscrapers and then they lost it. Silly buggers. But hey ho, moving on. And that was because of the three graces,
Oh,
because of the history of those three buildings that's on the pierhead.
uh-huh. Wow, really? You guys just got proms.
Yeah.
Mhm. I don't know how long we've had proms, but it's been since at least the 30 or since at least the 50s,
I was
probably
gonna,
longer.
I was gonna say the 50s.
I know of references to prom in the 50s. I don't know of references earlier than that, but there's very likely possibly they existed. I just don't know.
Well, prior to the 50s, I mean, prior to any woman showing her ankles, they had um, coming
Formals?
out, ladies socially coming out,
I don't,
arriving.
yeah, I don't think those were school functions, though. I think those were private social functions, weren't they? Like thrown by families or social organizations in the neighborhood or some shit like that. But I wouldn't think it would be schools.
Wasn't it all the rich eligible bachelors in the area meeting up with all the rich eligible females in the area?
I think so, but my understanding of them, at least, is that that those were privately held functions, not publicly held functions.
They still have coming out for posh people.
Well, the rich can do whatever the fuck they want, you know.
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't make it public, would they? Because you'd have the poor little flower seller turning up, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They were probably by invitation and shit. I think they were held in like mansions or like rented out halls or some shit. I don't think I don't think they would deign to have those be a school thing, like
Well,
proms are.
girls didn't go to school though, did they?
Um, I think so. I
Yeah,
want to say
weren't they
like
supposed
at
to?
least in the 1900s they did. I'm not
Yeah, they
entirely
were.
sure. We start going back past the 50s. My history gets a little hazy because I'm not good at history.
Yeah, I mean, there's schools here for ladies only. The Ladies Only Institute of Learning, and that's above the door. Uh,
Mm,
that's from 1865. 1865.
yeah. And I want to say like our frontier schools, like the little schoolhouses and shit, were like for boys and girls.
But was it for
Probably,
rich boys and girls?
I think it was for like whatever boys and girls could fucking get to the school. Because most of them had to walk and shit. I think actually they all had to walk unless they had a
Yeah,
horse or something.
that's what's making me think there was a distinction. You wouldn't mix your rich bitch with your tatty little girl with bare feet.
Oh, yeah, I don't imagine that the rich. Well, I mean as far as
Like,
I'm aware, even the well-to-do still went to the same schools, maybe or maybe not. But I would imagine the rich didn't have to trudge
no,
their kids off to those tiny little fucking frontier schoolhouses with
they had
their
governesses,
one
didn't
room.
they?
They probably had
Schoolmasters,
fucking private tutors.
governesses, yeah, the governess and the
Yeah,
nanny. And we had school leavers discos, Penn says. And I don't think I went to any of them either.
levers, discos.
Yeah.
I don't know what those two words mean put together.
Well, at the age of 16, you used to be able to leave school.
during the
So at
school
the
day.
no, at the end of term, the last day of term, the last week of term, the last ever week of term.
Oh, okay.
So you would have a disco once.
So the last week of your last year,
Yeah.
you were allowed to skip, basically?
No, because the school would hold the disco.
Well, you said leave school, so I presumed that meant skip school.
Translation. Right.
Yeah.
When you leave school forever, you're a school leaver. So prior to you being a school leaver, you're in the last term. And in the last term, the school would put on a disco for those people who will be leaving. Is that better?
Okay. Okay.
Is that kind of better?
So those who are about to graduate, basically.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay.
But isn't that what your prom is?
So that's basically senior prom.
But we didn't call it a prom, and we didn't spend a fortune on outfits that they do nowadays.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know if the word, if the use of the word disco is really descriptive as to what I think of a disco. Uh, but if so, then it would, I would presume that a disco would be less formal than a prom, and so you'd spend much less money on your outfit.
It is as less what it is a dance. You basically they put music on and they dim the lights a bit, and there's bottles of juice, cups of juice, some sausage rolls, and
The
that's
inevitable stray handful of kids who have spiked the juice.
no. I mean,
Actually, I don't know if anyone actually did that in real life or if that's just some shit that happens in movies.
my eldest went to his 11-year-old school disco.
They had a disco for 11-year-olds?
Yeah, because he
Wow.
was leaving juniors and going to seniors.
What year is that distinction at?
11.
No, what year, not what age?
Ah.
Uh, because for us, we start at kindergarten unless you do Head Start, which is just Head Start's really informal. But if you don't count kindergarten, if you just start at first grade, then we go first to sixth. That's grade school or elementary school. And then seventh and eighth is junior high school, and ninth through 12th is high school. And that's the end of that, unless you go on to I think what you call university, what we call college or university. We use all those terms interchangeably for our higher learning places.
Right. Okay. What grade year group would I be in Britain? So they've got here 11 to 12 is secondary school, which is year 7. So he was in year 6 because he was
Okay,
still
so
in junior
so
school.
okay, so in our terms, when he's transitioning from grade school to well, that wouldn't be grade school to junior high, although uh, although I did run across the some partial adoption of secondary school for 7th through 12th. Uh,
That's middle school, isn't it?
like I had never heard that word until my youngest daughters were transitioning into that from elementary, and they're like into secondary school, and their mother had used the term, so I think it's more of a West Coast thing.
So, okay, age 10 to 11 is year 6, which is your 5th grade.
Hmm.
11 to 12 is year 7, which is 6th grade.
Okay, so do you transition from one school to another at our 5th or our 6th?
You're 6th.
Okay, that's when we transition. Okay. See, I can understand. Uh, I guess a dance in your grade school at the end of the last year of grade school before you go on to secondary. I didn't have one, but
Well,
at least not that I know of. I was a goddamn adult before I knew my fucking elementary school had a sports team.
it's showing you that you're an adult and you're allowed to have a dance and have a kiss behind the bike sheds with the girl that you fancied in the disco.
Yeah.
Which is why I avoided them things like the plague, because the boys didn't carry boxes around with them everywhere they went.
Wait, what?
I was like a foot taller than everyone in.
Okay, I was wondering if that was where you were going, but there was that option. There was that possibility that was just a British thing that I wasn't picking up on.
The boys have to carry boxes with them.
Yeah, that's a really weird part of the fucking courting ritual, but okay.
Well, they do now. They have to carry boxes of ciggies, boxes of vapes, boxes of sweets, boxes of.
Oh fuck.
Anyone listening? I was only kidding.
For legal purposes, these are the jokes.
I'm gonna get.
Where are you when I need you, Frog?
Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those banners across the bottom.
Right.
Most of what I say, I am being sarcastic. Brackets, a funny fucker.
If you're offended, we're kidding.
We go to secondary education when you go up to junior high. My son
Yeah.
had a leavers prom when he left primary school, but it was just a school disco, and all of the girls were a foot taller than the boys. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A debutante from French, debutante, female beginner, or deb, is a young woman of aristocratic or upper class family background who has reached maturity.
Indeed.
So at
Indeed.
one point in my life, I was a debutante.
Probably not. You were probably like you probably weren't upper class.
I was. Daddy was an officer.
I think that definition of upper class is income based.
Daddy was an officer.
I don't know how much an officer makes.
He makes well put it this way: from up to staff sergeant, you lived down the hill next to the naffy. When you were sergeant major and above, you lived up the hill in fucking big houses.
Yes, that is who the girls that went to coming out balls are or were. I don't know how common it is in either country anymore.
I've heard the word Debs. I've heard our posh, like Kate
Uh,
Middleton and all them.
I've
They've
heard
had
the term
oh,
deb, but not in like multiple generations.
no.
That was a term I remember being tossed around from my parents' generation. I think a few people tried to use it when I was a teenager, but the teenagers were not for it. They were not
Yeah,
having it.
no. That was my granny's word, and I'm not using a granny's word.
Exactly. But you know, 80s kids, we were just obstinate.
Well, it's the thing, isn't it? Kids go against what their parents want when they're rebelling,
True, true.
but
But that does seem
invariably we go back.
that that particular trend does seem to gain momentum with generations, doesn't it? Like our grandparents' version of rebelling wasn't anything compared to our parents' version of rebelling, which kind of wasn't quite that much compared to our version of rebelling.
Which is
And
nothing
and a good
compared
chunk of
to.
our kids' rebellion is just to be mentally ill. So I mean, they've just trumped the fuck out of us.
Not in this house, they don't.
I wish I had done half as good a job with most of mine. Not that I was allowed to.
My children think that I got away with absolute murder because I don't let them get away. Well, I didn't let them get away with anything when they were younger.
I like to think I was a little better than my father. I probably wasn't.
Hello, Tanya.
Hey, Tanya.
See, the things that I was allowed to do and the things that hubby was allowed to do were at two different levels,
I would imagine.
because most of my growing up, I was living behind a 50-foot perimeter fence.
Yeah. Not only, not even so much because of the time, but because of the military.
And I was safe where I was. So looking for me wasn't going to take as long as if I was missing in Liverpool.
Yeah. And I would imagine your father, being an officer, had a much thinner opinion of leniency.
Yeah.
And decorum and what was proper, all that shit.
Oh no, no. I was not a prim and proper, and he used to regularly make excuses for me. When people say, "Oh, you have children? How many do you have?" My mum would go, "One of each." We have three. Hello, Mark. Thank you. Just come back. The big box full of toys that is now all over my living room floor. My pleasure. Yeah, I was definitely a tomboy, and allowances were made for that.
Yeah. Well, a tomboy wasn't really the direction I was thinking of when I thought of girls in the 80s.
I keep forgetting who I'm talking to, Wilvo. I do apologise.
uh,
Hence says Washington DC. These events continued for Washington elite into the 20th century. In the Roaring Twenties, the more democratic tradition of the high school prom became more popular, which is a dance where the attendance is open to everyone, not merely high status families.
yes.
There you go.
She hadn't finished cut and paste. She hadn't finished Tanyaing the entire Wikipedia article yet.
You could have took the number 5 out, and we wouldn't have known it was Wikipedia.
We would have known.
Can I get back to my original story about these kids with backpacks?
So these kids.
These 100 kids, fucking hell, everywhere. And there's a statue of the Beatles more than life size.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Right? And it starts raining. Not heavily, but enough to warrant putting a brolly up or, you know.
Yeah.
And they're all standing around while the teacher tells them all about the Beatles. And they're, I'll say 10 or 11-year-olds, maybe a bit younger, to be honest. Either
Yeah.
that or they just weren't fed well, so they were little. And the looks on their faces is like, why are we here?
Oh.
They were more interested in the statue of King George the
Yeah.
Victoria's husband. No, Victoria's father.
Well, they may, to be fair, they may have mistaken that for a rapper. Indeed.
I have jelly babies.
But do you have a ludicrously long multicolored scarf?
I do, and I also have a hat.
Well, then you're all set.
And I also live 4 miles away from where he was born.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah. Found that out the other day. I was like, oh, did not know that. Anybody want one?
I have no idea. I've never had one. I did not know that they were sugar covered.
It's to stop them sticking together in the box, in the
Mm.
packet.
As opposed to gummy bears, which most definitely stick together in the packet.
Yeah. We don't like stuff sticking together in this country. One black one pink one orange one yellow one. Two black ones. Where's the green ones? Isn't that a glorious colour?
Not on camera.
It's a really good colour.
It's flour and not sugar? Well, that's just weird.
No, it's not, because it's sweet.
Well, that sounds like powdered sugar.
Unless it's corn flour.
If it's corn flour, it shouldn't be like that. What? Something about someone's balls coming out for a French woman?
Debutante balls. Ingredients: sugar, glucose syrup, water, gelatin, concentrated fruit juices, apple, lime, orange, strawberry, blackcurrant, lemon, and raspberry, acid, citric acid, colors, blah 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 blah,
Mm.
colorings. Oh, it doesn't say.
And insists it's flour.
I have always thought it was castor sugar.
I have never encountered sweet flour, so I don't know what shit to tell you.
Well, you know, Hen's right.
read the description, she says.
What description?
Your guess is probably better than mine. You can see the bag.
There's no description on here.
Is it on the front, like under the Jelly Babies part? Like some tagline or some shit?
It contains fruit juice, natural colours and flavours, Maynard's batter, be treat wise. Per 4 sweets is 87 calories.
It says they are covered in starch, says Tanya.
Well, I don't know where it says that because it doesn't say that on the packet.
Check the front of the bag. Nothing in little text anywhere that says some shit like starch colored fruit gummy or some shit. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe
on Google. How go?
Oh, well, there you go. Fucking Google. But Google's not on the bag.
I apologise. Jelly Babies manufactured in the UK and United Kingdom tend to be dusted in starch, which is left over from the manufacturing process, where it is used to aid release from the mold.
Suppose that's reasonable. It just happens to help them not get stuck together.
Yep.
It's a fringe benefit.
Oh, we do like little fringe benefits.
Yes, yes. All of which is irrelevant and just distracting us from practicing segregation.
Did you know they've all got different names?
Wow.
Yeah. See, the Jelly Babies we used to get were all the same.
Yeah.
These have got different poses.
Huh.
Like that one's got its arm up, and that one hasn't. That one looks like it's standing cross-legged. That one's got a heart on his belly. I have never looked into so much depth in a Jelly Baby before now.
Tanya says one's Mary, Joseph, and Jesus. Maybe George and Mildred.
One's Bumper, one's Boofles, one's Brilliant, one's Bubbles, one's Baby Bunny, and one's Big Heart.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Mark. Oh.
What's Starsky?
Oh, she was serious. I thought she was taking the piss.
I haven't told you they had their own names.
How very. They're larger than I thought they'd be.
Yeah. Gummy bears are about half the size of that, aren't they?
Yeah, probably.
That one's got to be next.
I'm shocked it wasn't first.
Yeah, I wanted to know that I could still put Lego together.
I was gonna say, how did you resist?
Which could do, innit? Cool. There's
I have
more
my own
pieces,
name. Don't eat me, says Tanya. Didn't think I'd ever hear you say that.
and they're all fiddly little bits, so that's why I didn't do this.
Yeah, yeah. And at this point, who fucking knows how many of the pieces are there?
I might find me other thorns in there.
Fucking right. Still not counting out the possibility that one of those other boxes of roses it isn't missing a core piece, but it has an extra thorn.
Well, there's only one way of finding out. We have another box.
Another box. I'll have to kill. Yeah, excuse me. We'll have to clear the jelly babies first. They're hogging all the room.
You still going on about debutante balls there?
She just couldn't stand having left any of the Wikipedia article out.
So, there's one.
What the hell are little square bright green bits?
They're the bits that you don't see.
Are they at the center of the rose? Somewhere?
Yeah, in there.
Oh, yeah. That was the only place I could think that they might be because I hadn't seen them. But you'd already had those pieces assembled when I got here.
Yeah.
Possibly before you started the stream. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I tried to record on StreamYard, and you know me, it didn't happen.
Why do the roses have steering wheels? So they don't crash.
No, this has got 3 thorns in it.
Fucking weird. That's just dumb.
I suppose I could buy more. 1, 2, 3.
I bet it also has 3 little red pieces too.
No, it definitely only has 3 thorns in it. There you go.
The Dutch are really slipping on their quality control.
Yeah.
God damn it. You're killing Tanya with these jelly babies on display.
Hen's okay. Don't like them, so they're not bothering her.
Rex will eat them. I don't think anybody wants that.
I don't think he will because they're really, really sweet.
Oh, yeah?
To the point of everything in your mouth, nose, ears all curl up. Oh. Oh. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like me sweeties, but ooh,
I was gonna say, like, you put all the effort to sort and organize them. Now you just gotta mingle them all back up again.
no, I'm not going to take the bag. They're going in levels.
Wow.
I like having segregated jelly babies.
Well, yeah. It's just the way it ought to be. For most candies that have colors and or flavors. Usually both. And I would have expected that comment more from Cherry than from Tanya. But there you go. Tanya has to step up her game because, to my knowledge, Cherry hasn't been around much. Nature abhors a vacuum.
You know when you read things and you're like, really?
I know the principle that you're referring to. Going to need more specifics to apply it.
When you read things in your chat?
I mean, there are a few options that you could be keying in on in the chat.
Shall we just go with all of it at the moment?
That would work.
Yeah. I'll go with all of it for the moment.
Although closer inspection, I'm presuming that you went with hens initially.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I didn't go there initially, Hen, but I followed you there, if that's what you're asking.
I'm so glad you didn't go there, Wolvo.
I don't know how I feel about it. Normally I would have. Normally I'd have been there first, but you know. Although you know, the same principle goes for shoving anything sweet in my mouth really doesn't help anything going on in the chat.
No. No.
Not a thing.
No.
Well, I mean, Mark, there are only so many holes. And of those, only so many that most sane people are interested in.
So, okay, so you're not going to stick a jelly baby up your nose. I understand.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you might, but like, you know, no, like very few people are going to get off on it. Same for ears.
It's a niche thing then.
Very, I hope.
Did you see the color of that jelly baby?
Yeah. Armpit is not a fucking hole. At best, it's a crevasse. Try to fuck with me, slipping a technicality. That shit ain't gonna go. Boobs are not all. Do you know what a hole is?
Well, technically, it's a pit, so it's a hole.
But it's not actually a hole in any sense of the term. Most of them are actually raised as opposed to depressed.
An armpit
It's a misnomer.
is a hole.
It's not. It's a misnomer.
And if anyone mentions between toes, I'm shutting the stream down.
I was very carefully not mentioning that you were showing feet. No one who would be interested in that has showed up in the chat so far. Although I don't know who the fuck the secret lemonade drinker is, so yeah, I can't speak entirely confidently. Again, if you're going between something, at best you're talking about a crevasse.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a hole.
It's not a hole.
Like
It's not a
the back
hole.
the back of the knee is not.
No, again, just a crevasse.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not a hole.
Mark already did. Oh, sorry, not Mark.
Yeah, at that point you can press them together, but at best, that's a wraparound. It's not a hole.
Just checking on the time.
Mm.
What time is it there?
11:57 a.m.
Ah.
5 hours.
Great content. Yeah.
Well, you got all this from me saying I want to eat sweets. Yes, we did. Might have gone in a different direction, but not for him.
It could go in any direction. The conversation.
Too easy.
Which conversation?
No, anything I could have added to it can go in any direction. There's lots of options. They were all too easy. I mean, to be fair, Tanya, you meant you only want. You meant you meant you only. You only meant you meant that.
Go on, do it again, and you'll get it right in a minute.
You meant you love sweets. It's not what you said.
Right. and Hen's doing a me at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Blue makes a good point. Depends on whether they've got starch on it or not.
It's probably a much easier time inserting a jelly baby than a gummy bear. I agree.
Oh dear. Well, I have now been on here nearly 2 hours.
Nearly.
Nearly. So I am going to desert you all because I've got stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
I have to edit my videos from yesterday.
They'll have to figure out what they want to put in what holes all by themselves, I guess.
They will. They will. And as Hen is supposed to be asleep because she's going to be not fit for her own stream tonight.
Mm-hmm. She said that.
She did. And earlier on, she told Fanta to go to bed because she wouldn't be fit for her own stream.
True.
Can I start my Gundam now? Yeah, by all means. She did. She did. Can you?
Mm.
So I am going to say ta-ra and thank you very much for being here.
Tooraloo-ra-loo-ra.
Tooraloo-alai.
Mm.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We'll get it right in a minute. We'll press the right button.
I